All right, everybody, love each other, okay? Do you know who, I forgot to ask her this, do you know who she connected me to? Do you guys remember Dr. Love? Dr. Love, who gives all this love advice, yeah? He's coming on this show. Because I just feel like, listen, the world could be crumbling, politics could be a mess, you could be broke, but if you have love, you're okay. Okay, so do you guys know the meaning of Despacito? What is the meaning of it? What is the meaning of it? Right, I went looking. It means slowly, gently, un poco. I mean, it is so beautiful. Right? Spanish is just a language of love. So imagine this great song that has everybody globally singing, okay, including Justin Bieber. Imagine listening to it and then hearing the Swahili version. The day I heard Viola's Despacito version, my heart melted. DJ D, don't you love that song? You love playing it?
Yes.
It's so popular.
It is.
You're probably going to become the most popular DJ.
Hell yeah.
All right, without further ado, she is here looking lovely as ever. Everybody put your hands together for Viola. Come on here, Viola Karuri. Hello, darling. You look so good.
Thank you so
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Gently.
Gently.
Look at her. Give her a hand again. She's just so lovely. Oh, you know, it was hello, now we're Despacito, we're trending globally.
Yay!
And it's because of you. Have a seat.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm great. How
Excellent.
are you?
I'm very well.
It's been a minute.
I want to take a commercial break, but if my director will just allow me, you uploaded that song on YouTube without knowing the reaction.
Yes.
Did you imagine the hits?
No, I didn't. I wasn't. You said this song was not even supposed to be released.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a story for after the commercial break, everybody. Viola, of course, tells us about her musical journey and this great hit that is trending online. We'll be right back after this, everybody. Working with like-minded individuals, people like your professors who really could see the vision.
Yes.
And had to take you through that. Take us through that.
Well, I think Berkeley is one of those places where, however prestigious, it's one of those places that has a very high first-year dropout.
Okay.
Simply because when you go in, you think, I am it. You know?
Yeah, I got into Berkeley.
Who are you? Have you gotten into Berkeley? You know, so it's one of those things. And then when you do get in, you walk in there and everybody is so talented that it's one of those situations where you kind of break down.
Humbling moment.
Yes, it's extremely humbling. You kind of go through a nervous breakdown. Yeah. Yeah. And then now, once you're down there, then they build you back up. Oh, wow. So they figure out what your strengths are and they work to, you know, to that advantage. Okay. As opposed to, because everybody is different. As much as you imagine, like, I remember my first private voice lesson and I'm standing out here and I'm hearing this Black American girl ripping through the walls.
Sounding like Aretha.
Goodness. And you just crash a little bit. Yeah. But then you walk in there and your voice teacher looks at you and she says, you're intimidated. She's like, don't worry, she was too.
Oh, wow.
So everybody is going through that journey with, you know, the same journey as you are. And it's amazing when you pass. They say if you pass the first year, you'll definitely graduate.
And you did.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I did. So
and you did. Looking at, of course, that part of your life and what kind of artist and musician you wanted to become, still very rooted to Kenya and your culture. Yes. What did you see in your future?
I was also very lucky that at the time that I was there, Eric Wainaina was also there. So he was a third-year student when I was a first-year student. Okay. So and the time when my first year, my first semester actually, when I was working through that, he was launching his first album, Sawa Sawa. So I worked with him on, you know, getting the band together and doing, you know, I was the leader of the BGVs and all that. So it actually helped a lot because I could see somebody from home doing it and doing it well. And now he was not just doing it at school level, he was releasing professionally while he's still in school, which was a really big deal. So for me, it gave me hope. It kind of gave me direction that, okay, that's possible. So I was working towards something. It was not abstract. Because other people are saying, okay, you're working towards Whitney and you're working towards this, but I could see my direction. So he kind of like a mentor.
Was the intention to always move back home
Yes.
and niche and find your career and your footing here?
Absolutely.
That's great.
You know, everybody goes to the US saying, I'm never coming back.
Yeah.
Me, I was one of those people say, I am going to come back. I'm coming back. Yeah.
What did you find when you came back, Viola?
Uh,
I remember you when you came back. I remember getting your CD when you were launching.
Yes, when I launched
and I was like, who is this? She sounds so great and
From
fresh.
far.
Yes, I remember very well when you just arrived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I came back very naive.
Okay.
I came back very naive because in the US, people work together. You know, you find talent, you find like-minded people, and you work together.
Yeah.
So I came back thinking, see, we're all going to work together.
We're all gonna win. Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's grow this music industry. And I'm so excited to join this journey with, people who look like me, who sound like me, and who are in this journey with me.
What you find actually, and it's not just in the music industry, if you're a fresh person, if you're coming from uni, if you're coming back into the country, Kenyans, I think we all have the same thirst. We're all so driven that we literally have this very tunnel vision. So I don't have time for Viola. Me, I'm on my hustle.
No, I'm on my own hustle. And Viola is competition. And I think we've kind of been, I feel like in Kenya, competition is not a good thing.
Yeah.
Competition is supposed to be a good thing. You know, it's supposed to make you better. It's supposed to help you grow.
Yeah.
But it feels like competition is not a good thing. So I did face a little bit of flack. You know.
And you know, can I say something when she says flack? It means that there are people in industries who will call Adele, who was here earlier, for example, and say, don't play her music. Imagine it's true. It happens.
It has happened to me.
Really?
Yes.
I know another artist where this happened. It has happened to you?
It has happened to me.
Why
so
do
that
people do
that is what I came to. Because first of all, I came thinking, so I had a whole bunch of meetings with people. Yay, let's do this. And then I launched my album at the museum, and it was hugely successful. It was such a well-attended cause at the amphitheater. So nice, fire, and it was. I loved that day. And then after that,
nothing.
Silence. Yes. So I was very lucky, actually, that some of the people who I had sold tickets to were corporates. So corporates came and started giving me work.
Right.
But then now
for award shows, events, that kind of thing.
Those kinds of things. But then now, in the industry, it's cold, a very cold
So you're wondering, why am I in an industry that doesn't want to include me? Yeah. So it was tough.
And then I realized that it's not just me. We are all in that same space, tunnel vision. I have to grow me, not thinking that if I grow the entire industry, then we all have a piece of pie to eat.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. And it's tough to sort of also realize that, you know what, I do have something in me.
Yeah.
And I have to almost put the industry issues aside and stay focused on my craft, looking at, of course, now coming up with new content. That first album was great. What was it called?
Everything.
It was everything,
girl.
It was everything. So very well received. Did very well. Looking at now coming up with a new sound, something. Tell us about that.
So it's very different working from outside, targeting Kenya.
Okay.
But when you're in here, you have it's a different learning experience. So it was a very, sharp learning curve when I came back, and I started learning what works here, what doesn't work, I'm producing music for locals as well as, for trying to do, for Africa. And however, you have to learn how to produce music here. Because, when you're diaspora, and internet was not as big as it is now. YouTube was not as big as it is now. So you're producing music kind of in a enclosed environment.
Yeah.
This is what I think Kenyan music sounds like, or it's supposed to sound like. But then when you come back and you're like, well, I could tweak this and that and the other, and then suddenly with the explosion of YouTube and social media, Africa becomes this wide open platform.
Right.
And the music is feeding into each other and changing every day, and it's so different every day. So trying to find your space in there has been a little bit challenging.
Yeah.
But so I took, like the last 2 years, I took a hiatus to just try and figure myself out, because do I want to do strictly commercial music? Or is there me, who I think I am musically, and commercial, you know. So that's where
I'm sure it's still a learning curve.
It still
I'm
is,
sure.
yeah.
I'm sure.
But now
you're doing great.
I'm thinking I found where I want to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adele has said that your song is playing on Kiss right now on high rotation. It's one of the #1 songs. Yeah. Just seeing the return in your pocket, Viola.
Well,
let's be honest, because if you have your song trending and it's not translated, for a lot of artists, this is a huge issue.
It is a huge issue. Yeah. Well, I think if it was possible for me to monetize on Despacito, I would. I think it would have actually brought quite a bit of returns.
Yeah. But this wasn't the intention.
No.
Tell me.
So the reason I wrote this song, I can't stop singing that Spanish song.
Me too.
Goodness.
I literally had to check and be okay, gently, slowly. Yeah. That's what it means.
Yeah.
People are just singing without even knowing.
Without knowing.
Yeah.
I went for an interview the other day and they were saying they thought Despacito means desperate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't. The person is telling them, be gentle, slowly, take it easy, right? So you decided to transcribe and translate this.
For myself.
Okay.
So that for personal use, I could sing this song.
In your own language.
Yes. So
You're joking.
Yes.
That's why you did this.
So that's why I did it. So I took the Spanish, I translated to, I speak a little bit of Spanish.
Yeah.
So I translated to English. Then I said, okay, it's a guy singing to a chick. So I took the guy version and inverted it. Wow. So like the first line says, I've been looking at you for a long time and I want to dance with you. Yeah. So then I was the chick and I said, you've been looking at me for a long time and you want to dance with me.
Wow. Yes. So it's kind of also a response.
It's a response.
I love
And then
that.
now I did it in Kiswahili.
Okay. Now you do this great video that we've just seen.
Before I did that.
Yeah.
So I took it and I recorded it so that I can be playing it in my headphones.
Okay.
And 1 or 2 people heard it and they said, you
have to do something.
You have to do something.
You have to do something.
Yeah,
this is almost similar to Della's story of Hello.
Oh, really?
Very, yeah. For her, she wasn't doing it for what it ended up being. And I love those sort of ideas, don't you?
Yeah, because
things that don't have intention to always become the biggest things in our lives.
Because it moves you. And if it moves you, it'll move somebody else.
And that's what your song has done.
Yay!
Did you expect the number of views when you woke up one day and you saw it's over 100K? Hello?
Yeah, it's amazing. You can't complain about that. But then that's what I was telling you about, we can't monetize on it because it's a cover.
Of course.
So any monetization that you...
Goes to those guys.
Goes to them. So they approached me about a week or so ago.
Okay.
The Fonzie people, Universal or something.
They did?
Yeah.
Wow.
When they see progress, they contact you and they tell you, well, we have noticed progress, so we are going to monetize.
Really?
Yes.
Universal called you, girl?
They send you an email. So they send so they say we are going to monetize.
That's amazing.
So if you play the video on YouTube, there's an ad in front of it, but the money goes to them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The details, the small details, even globally, it's such a controversial thing when it comes to monetizing music.
It is.
What do you see for your future before you perform for us, hon?
Big things, good things. And since I've discovered my direction musically, in the next couple weeks, I'm releasing I'm releasing something new.
Nice.
And continuously. So now it's all about consistency.
Backtrack a little bit. You've discovered your new thing, isn't it? Yeah, what is that? Tell us.
I don't know. I think you'll just
It's this kind of thing, You look great.
Oh,
and
thank you. Even you, look at you.
Thank you so
look
much.
At you.
Can't wait for your next big thing. I'll be there.
It's coming.
Front and center.
I know.
Front and center. Give it up for beautiful Viola, everybody.
Thank you.
Doing so great. Okay. Just so, before we look at your gorgeous video again, give us an a cappella version. Sindio D?
Yeah. You want to hear that?
Because you have such a gorgeous voice.
Yeah. Hakuniambia ninakuja kuimba.
Najua hapa sisi tunamchukua at the end. All right. Go ahead, Mama.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right, at the center, honey. The stage is yours.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Despacito, puliza puliza hapa kwenye shingo, maneno matamu kwenye masikio, nisikusahau wakati haupo. Despacito, busu busu hapa pale pole pole, tia alama yako mwili wangu wote, andika hisia zetu mimi na wewe. Wewe ni mziki, biti yako kali sana, and I can't help but move to you. You got me in a groove, I'm into you. Wewe ukinigusa napotewa nafahamu, wanimiza taratibu, hapa napoteza nguvu.
Yay! Wow! Oh, Viola, you are just the best, girl. That voice.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Very wonderful. Of course, log on to social media platforms where we will connect you to Viola and her great team. Her manager's there taking video.
I'm telling you, she's very...
What's her name?
Nonsizi.
Sasa Nansizi. You're doing good. Good work here.
She's awesome.
She's
awesome.
amazing.
Yes,
I think everybody needs a manager.
For sure.
All right, everybody, have a beautiful day. We leave you with that video. May you take everything slowly and gently. Araka for what?
For what reason?
For what? All right.